So welcome back again. We'll get started. So directly you can open your Jupyter notebook. So can anyone give a recap what we covered yesterday? Anyone? We
Yesterday, we
discussed
learned
about this.
mainly about the functions and how they can be implemented and defined.
Mhm.
Also, we implemented a simple calculator using functions. Also, we learned about if-else cases.
Okay, very good. So initially we started with variables. That was on the first day, and yesterday we were able to cover small functions, and we were able to add leverage the if condition within the function. The reason why we went with function is write it once, access it as many times as possible, right? In that we were able to use if conditions. One thing which you should always remember is Python comes with indentation, right? I'm not expecting you to give brackets or something, but I would always expect you to give the indentation. Indentations was a proper spacing, letting the system know that this is where the code starts, this is where the code ends, right? And that is how we get started. Now, after that, we started to implement a simple calculator, and we just added addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and we will be able to do that. Okay, now let's get started with the third session. And see, always try to create a notes for this, right? So let's say this is a second session which we have created. You can open it anytime and make sure that you comment it well so that it is easily understandable. Even if you're opening after 1 month or so for a revision, you should be still able to see this notes. So make a practice of creating a one notebook for a particular day, and that should help you to create this. For example, this is the one which yesterday we created, right? Python second session. I can open it and I can read it like all the time because this gives you the notebook feel. Okay, this gives you a notebook feel. And if you see this, this is where we started yesterday, right? We started to define some functions, and this is the comments that we have added. So it becomes like your own document, right? Even I need not share this. You're going to practice by yourself, and that is where we can use this. Okay, now let me go to today's session. And today's session, let's mark it as Python third session, and the date is today's 8th, and we are going to cover data types. We're going to cover data types. Okay, now let's see what is this data types. Let's see what is this data types. Okay, for example, I will go and assign A equal to data vision, A equal to data vision, and let's say I'll assign B equal to 4, and C I'll assign 3.15. So I've assigned values for 3 variables. Okay, so in reality, I will not use ABC, but I'll make sure that I'll use a proper naming convention, and I'll create 3 variables like this, right? Now, the reason why Python is actually called a dynamically typed programming is you need not initialize the data type. You need not create it. Directly you assign it, and automatically the data type will be allowed here, right? Now, here, let's see what is the data types for this. How to see the data type? Type of A, if you do. So A is actually a string. Let's see type of B. It's actually int, which is nothing but integer. And let's see type of C. We have float. Okay. There is another one which is called. Let's say I just give true. Okay. Now if I go and see type of D, I'll get bool. So these are the 4 data types we have now currently. Okay, now let's go and write some notes. Data types. The first data type is str. The second data type is int. The third data type is float. Fourth one is actually called bool. Okay, bool means it's basically like you are giving true or false, means it's a boolean expression. Okay, now all these are the data types. Now this is the only data type? Definitely no. We are going to learn few more that comes under advanced data type. But for time being, let's start figuring it out one by one. Okay. Now we have data vision that is assigned with str. Okay. We have data vision that is assigned with A. Is a data vision and it is a str type, right? Now A equal to, let's say, KSR data vision, and if I go and print off A, it's actually showing KSR data vision. Okay, now This is the first thing that you have to learn in Python. Okay. So this is the first thing which you have to learn in Python, how to access the elements. Now we have a KSR Datavizon. It's KSR Datavizon actually is a set of characters. So it's a characters. Now, if I want to access a particular character, you can access only via indexing. You can access only via indexing. Let's go to our whiteboard and start working on a simple example. Okay. Imagine, I'll tell you what happens now. What happens now? Okay. So I have to store the data vision. Okay. So let's say KSR. This is a string that I need to store. Okay. The moment I go and assign here, the moment if I go and assign here KSR data vision equal to A, usually what happens is backend, there will be a memory allocation that will be created. Backend, there will be a memory allocation that will be created. Memory. Okay. So memory allocation will happen. The way the memory allocation happens is this will come and sit here. This will come and sit here. Will come and sit here. Okay. The way the memory allocation happens is this is what it comes like. K, S, R, space. In your college days, do you all remember that OMR sheet?
Yeah.
What is this
Yeah.
OMR sheet? Do you all remember that? I mean, I remember because I've taken a lot of entrance exams. Uh, do you all know how it looks like?
Yes.
Circles.
Yeah, basically it looks like this, right? It looks like this. Okay. So here you have to enter the name and you have to enter name in such a way that you can write one character on one box. That's how we used to write it. And even now I have seen this a lot of banking application. So when they give the form to fill, right, you have to write one letter per one box. The same concept here. I have made sure that I have entered one character, one box, and even space I've included one box, right? This is what I want. Okay. Now, if you want to access, okay, if you want to access any character, remember this one. Remember this one. If you want to access any character from this name, from this name, you should always access it with open bracket, that is a big bracket, and close bracket. Now this is where you have to access it. There's the only way you can access your, there's the only way you can access the character. Okay. Okay. That means I'll go to this. If I write A, I'm getting everything, right? But if I write A of any number, I'm getting that character, specific character. If I put A of 5, I'm getting specific character. If I put A of 1, I'm getting specific character. If I put A of 9, I'm getting specific character. That means here I will be able to get the specific characters. And if you want to access any character, you should always access with square bracket. And that's the only way to access a string now. Now, in KSR Data Vision, I want to access K now. In KSR Data Vision, I want to access K. What I thought is K, right? K is the first element. So first element means logically speaking, this should give me the answer. A of 1. That means A is a string. I've already assigned A to a string value. So what is happening? A of 1 means the first letter I need to get it. I need to get the first letter. When I run this, I'm actually getting the second element. I'm actually getting the second element. That means K is not coming. I'm getting S is coming. No, I don't need S. I actually need K. I actually need K. But if I give 1, it's coming as 2. But if I give 2, it's coming as R. But why is that I'm not able to access K? And that is where I got to know that if I put 1 means it's actually taking the second element. That means to get the first element, I have to always start with 0. I have to always start with 0. And please do remember that in Python, your indexing, this is called indexing. If you want to access the elements, we have to access it with the indexing. Okay, you have to access it via indexing. So that is where here also you should always access with this, and this is called indexing. This is called indexing. So indexing means you're actually pointing to that element, and here what happens is this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now this is called indexing. So on top of that memory allocation, you will be given one address. That is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3. And even if I ask you in your sleep, you need to tell me that Python indexing starts from 0. Okay, you may be working with other programming languages, or you may be completely new to a programming. Forget everything. We are just focusing on Python, Python, and Python. In Python, the indexing will always start from 0. So if I want to access this element now, very simple. I need to access it with 9. So if I give 9, I will be able to get I. Correct. I'm able to get I. Okay. Let's say I want to access O now. So how do you access O? It's all about accessing it with 11. I'll be able to get that. Okay. Now, this is so good, but we are not a small class students just to go and access one character, right? We may be required to access certain words. Now, the challenge starts here. Now, I want to access this portion of the data. I want to access this. How to do it? Of course, when I was able to access a character, I'll simply go and give the index. It's working fine. That's really good. But now the real challenge comes in the entire KSR data vision. I want to access the word data. In that entire KSR data vision, I want to access data. Okay. My favorite English word is data, actually. Even I don't like my name, but my favorite English word is data, because every day I use the word data minimum 50 times. Even Saturday, Sunday, lot of students talk, I interact with them. They all keep asking, what is data engineering, what is data science, data analytics, right? So in fact, more than my name, I use the word data. And that is what has been happening in my last 10 years of my career. Okay. There was actually one of my cousin who stopped talking to me because of an incident. Let me tell you what is that. He was actually blessed with boy baby. Okay, so he was actually blessed with boy baby. So in our culture, we have to name baby in just less than 30 days. Within 30 days, we have to give them name. So everyone were choosing different names. You have name should start with that, this, that, this. Okay, he asked me. I just said you can keep his name as Data Ready. Next day he blocked me. Right? The reason why I'm telling you this is I'm so used to data. All my passwords also, very openly I'm saying, all of my passwords will always have data. Data at 123, data 2024. This is a word which I will never forget. The reason? That's what I've been doing all these days. Every day, work with data. Now, I want to access the word data from this. How to do it? Before getting this, let's start to get KSR. Okay, we have to be true to KSR, right? So let's try to access KSR first. Then we'll go with data. So if I want to access KSR, how to do it? If I go and access one by one, for example, A of 0, I'll get K. A of 1, I'll get yes. If I go and give A of 2, I'll get R. So this is not my requirement now. Why? Because why are you accessing character by character, right? So what I will do, in order to access the complete subset, or I would say, if this is a string, and if I have to give like this is a from colon, this is how I need to access. If I want to access a group of characters, I can always start from 2 2. So let's see how this will work now. So what is a string? String is a. So A of 0 colon 3. 0 colon 3. Now if I run this, I'm getting KSR. So that was my requirement, right? First I need to access KSR. But ideally speaking, just listen carefully. This is very tricky to understand. I want to access KSR means, observe carefully. The index that is actually given on K is 0. The index that is given on R is actually 2. That means it should be 0 to 2. That's an ideal scenario, right? 0 to 2. But what will happen here if I give 0 to 2? The last element has been missed out. This element is missed out. Okay, so always what is happening, whenever you are giving 2, this is from index is 0. From index is 0. And 2 is actually till where you have to go. But while doing this, please observe carefully that the 2 that you're giving will always be excluded. That means whenever you give 2, that 2 means that second element will be excluded. So always you have to make sure that you try to handle it 2 plus 1. So if you want the element R, that means if you want from K to R, the R is not the end point. Always you have to be 1 more than that. So I would say it is 3. So it is KSR. Okay. Now,
Santosh, sorry for interruption. This
I'll
is for
explain
the
you. I'll explain you everything step by step. Then I'll give you some time. So please ask a question. Because don't want it to break the flow. So hope you understand. Just give me 2 more minutes. I'll explain you one small thing, and after that you can ask a question. Okay. Now imagine that I have to access now this part. I have to access this part. Let's say this part. Okay, I have to access this part. Now it's very easy. It is very easy because we can simply say that the index starts from 0 and index ends at 7. That is the ideal scenario, right? Now, if I go and do this, A of 0 colon 7, because it is starting at 0 and it is ending at 7. But if I run this, I will somehow miss out the last element. The reason is whatever you give in 2, that will be excluded. It's not going to consider the last element. It is not going to consider the last element. So whenever you eat something, the last piece you leave it out, right? You leave it out. So if I want to include that, I should always add plus 1. So it should be 7 plus 1. 7 plus 1. Always you are one step above. One step. That means if you want to include that particular element, you give always plus 1. So if I give 8, then I'll be getting KSR data. That means the value that A is ending is 7. If I give 7, the last element is missing out. So please always give one step before that. You try to give 8. So 8 means that V is not included. Okay, if V should be included means it should be again plus 1. 9 it should be, but I don't want V that to be included. I just still want till this position. I still want to be at this position. So if I want to be at this position, always try to give plus 1. And that is what I'm trying to do here. 0 to 8 means I'll be getting the 7th element. Okay. Now tell me, what's your questions? What is your
My
question?
question is, we just want data part means it starts from 0 to 4 to 8, 7. So why you were writing 0 to 8? Because we want just the data. What we don't want KSR data.
What did I teach you? This is what I teach you, right? The black color. This is what I want to access. This is what I told you, right?
Okay.
What
Suppose
have I
we want
highlighted?
to.
What did I have highlighted? I've highlighted the black one, right? What is the black one? I'm trying to access the entire word from KSR to data. What is your question in this?
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Now, this is a case. So always do remember that. Always do remember that if I want to start, you can start means start position will be considered. The end position will not be considered. Okay. So here, if you see here, so this will be string of start position colon end position. POS stands for position. Okay. Now when I access this, your start position will be considered. Start position will be considered, whereas end position will not be considered. Okay. Now comes my actual requirement. I need to access the word data. I need to access the word data. Let's see how to access the word data. Okay. Very simple. Very simple. If you have understood this, you only tell me how to access the data word. Just observe and tell me what will be the start position, what will be the end position. Now, if I want to access, only this
4 and 8.
Start from 4 and end from 8.
4 and 8.
it will start from,
4 and
No,
end from
4 and
8.
are you sure?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. A of 4 and it is 8. Why 8? It should be 7, right?
Always we have to add this one.
Okay.
Actually, we add plus ones.
Okay. Then why again 4 it is taking? It should be 3, right?
No, sir. Starting from the 0, where you have started a real program of KSR data, they're taken only the starting number which is added to the D, it's 4. And always should be added only the end number plus 1.
Okay. This is what is my answer. See, if I give 3, right? If I give 3, you may be thinking the answer is correct, but the answer is not correct. It is actually considering space. It is considering the space. This considering space. So start position will be considered, whereas the end position will not be considered. So in my case, my objective here is to start from where it want. I want to start from 4. I want to start from 4 and I want to end it not at that position. Plus 1 I need to do. So the last position A is there, right? It ends at 7. But if I give 7, the 7th element will miss out. So always give plus 1. That is how you can access. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, Santhosh.
Is Python
Yes,
easy?
Yes, sir.
So far. So far, easy. Okay. Now, we always want to make life difficult, right? Let's go with another step. Okay. Let's go with another step. Now, let me give you another example. Okay. Let me give you another example. B equal to, let's see who can answer. I want to access the word the best.
So 0 is to 24.
I want to access the word the best.
816, sir.
7 to 15.
816.
7 to 15.
6.
8 to 15.
7 to 15.
I'm the same person who teached you this one. Why I'm getting two answers?
7 to 15 is correct.
Okay, if it's not visible for you, okay, what I'll do is I'll increase the screen size for you. At least now you tell me.
7 to 15.
Now tell
Yes,
me.
7 to 15 is correct.
7 to 15. 7 to 15.
Is it visible now? Now tell me. I don't want two answers. I want just only one answer. It can be only one answer. What is this? Is this going to be 8 to 16 or 7 to 15?
7 to 15.
7 to 15.
Yeah, 7 to 15.
8 to 16 only.
Okay. If you can tell me why 8 to 16?
The starting position D is a 8 and ending position 16 is like
Okay, this
which
is
is
at the
always
8?
include.
Sorry, this is at 8?
Yes,
Are
T
you
is
sure?
8. Yes, on minute on 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, T is the 8 position.
Okay,
No,
people who are
actually it
saying
starts
7,
with 0.
7.
We'll start with
8 to
0th
16 is right,
position.
sir. 8
7
to
to
16
15,
is
right?
right, and
Oh, sorry, 7. Start
7
with
to
0
15.
only. Sorry.
Double quotes is 0.
7 to 15.
Start from 0.
Okay. See, I'm telling you again,
7 to
try to concentrate in the class because 80% you can prepare in the class itself. Okay. You need not again go back, watch the recording. You need not go and practice everything. Please try to read in the class itself. And I've been clearly telling you in Python, the index starts from 0. So this is a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 it's a T, right? So if I give like 8 is to 16, I'll miss out the, right? That D is not there, and I need only best. Why some extra space is required? So it will start from 7. Okay, it will start from 7. If I give 14, the T is missing out because I know this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 is T. Ideally speaking, it should come, but it will not come because we know that the end position will not be considered. So you always write +1. You always write +1. So you will get it. But rather than writing +1, you people know addition. Let's make it 15. Let's make it 15. Okay. Now that's how we can access it, right? Now, unless and until you people tell me the right answers, I'm not going to move forward. This question is going to be answered by Manoj. So Manoj, you're there?
Yes, Santhosh.
Okay. I want to access the word vision. I want
4
to
to
access
9.
the vision. 4 to
9.
Are you sure?
Yes, Santhosh.
Is this correct? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Yes, sir.
yes.
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 Okay. Finally, it's correct. Now, let's move on to the next one. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Just observe and tell me what it is happening. Okay. Just observe and tell me what it is happening. I'll give 4 colon 9. So I'm getting everything right. So let's say I want to start and end. That means I'll give 0th position. So 0th position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 means I have to give 9. So I'm getting the complete word data vision. Okay. So ideally speaking, what is happening? Ideally speaking, what is happening? We have data vision D A Datavizon. So this is a data vision I'm storing here. And the way I have stored is I have put around one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is what is this I want to access. So it will start always with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if I want to access a complete words, we will be starting from 0 and we have to end it from 8. But 8 means this value will be discarded. So always I have to write plus 1. So it's going to be 0 to 9. So I would say 0 to 9 is been we have received. Okay. Now, listen carefully. By default, it will actually think this like a rabbit now. This is like a rabbit. Okay. So like this is a rabbit. The rabbit, it will actually always jump by one position. Okay. It will always jump by one position. That means you can jump only one step at a time. By default, you can go just one step at a time. Okay. But what I do is we are thinking that there is only two parameters here. We are thinking that there is only two parameters. One is start position and one is end position. But there is another one which I'll call it as a optional. You need not give this, but in case if you give this, what will happen is I have to give it. This is called a step. This is called a step. So here if I go and write colon of 1, which is nothing but one step at a time. So it's going to be one step at a time. Now, if I go and give 2, what will happen is it will actually jump by 2 elements. It will go with the 2 jumps if I give 2. So now if I run it, now I will get DVTZN. Now, how are we getting this DVZN? It's because D, V, V, Z, N. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. But this time from data vision, right? So from data vision, I'm actually getting only this. That means the another parameter which I give is this is called step. This is called step. That means how many steps you have to jump. That is what it is. Default will be 1. Imagine the rabbit is being told to jump only one step at a time. But if you have been asking the rabbit to jump 2 steps, 3 steps, that is where your third parameter, it is optional. Optional means you give it or you skip it, your wish, right? Now, if I want to access D, A, Z. What should I do? 2
3.
steps at a time.
0 is to 1.
3.
0 colon 9 colon 4. Sorry, 0 colon 9 colon 3. 7.
0 colon 9 colon. If I give 2, it is actually giving 2 steps. If I give 3,
into the output.
DAZ. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, I always want to make your life complicated. Okay. So when you're in KSR, don't expect life will be easy. Now, I'll ask one person. Let's see who can answer this. And this question goes to Rajeshwari. Rajeshwari, you're there? Okay, seems like she is doing multitasking. Rakesh, you're there?
Yes, Santhosh.
Okay. The requirement for you is A equal to Santhosh. Okay. And the output will be S, N, H, S. Tell me, I've given you the output. Now you tell me what is the index for that.
Index should be 1, Santhosh.
Should be 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So A of?
A of 0.
0.
Colon 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3.
0 colon 8 colon
0 colon 8 colon 1.
8 colon 1.
Yeah, 1.
1.
1. Yeah.
Sorry, I have to run this.
It's
What
wrong,
happened?
sir. It's wrong.
I'm getting the same element because I'm stepping 1, right? It's wrong, right? I need this one.
0 colon 7
0
colon
7
2 H.
right answer.
082.
08.
No, 0 colon 7.
082.
22.
Second step. Step should be
0 colon 7, sir. Not 8.
Okay.
Because of index start at 0, right? Total 8 characters are there.
Okay. See, I'm explaining you once again. Please don't forget this. Okay. Now I have to store Santhosh, right? Yes. A N T H O S H. This is the name that I want to store. Okay. And I'm specifically looking for, before that I'll do the box. So this is a box, memory box. So in the memory box, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Now my requirement is I have to access S, I have to access N, I have to access H, I have to access yes. This is my requirement. S, N, H, S. Now for that, what I need to do? First, I need to start with 0. So 0th element. Then I'll not write this element. I'll directly go with 2 steps because it's jumping every 2 steps. So if I do this, but now the question is, what's the number here? Would like to give this number or would you like to give 7 or 8? See, ideally speaking, this is what is the end, right? So this what is the end. So this plus 1 itself is more than enough. So this plus 1 itself is more than enough. So if I put 7 also, this is correct. But reason why you're putting 8 means you don't have any element here. So you're considering this to be end. So plus 1 if you do also, it's fine. So in this case, you write 7 or you write 8. That's not a problem for me. But what is really important for me is trying to jump by 2 characters. Are we good?
Yeah, yes, Santhosh.
Okay. Last question before we move on to this. In case if you're not answering this, or if you people are getting multiple answers, unless and until I get a single answer, I'll keep on be repeating the same topic. This is again, I'm saying you, if you don't tell me the right answer, I'll be keep on saying you the same thing again and again. Okay. So now my requirement is I have a R, which is data engineering. This is the word. And my requirement for this is I need to access the word DAG tag. Who can help me to get this? If I get multiple answers, Again, I'm saying I'll be keep on repeating this. Unless and until I get a unique answer, I'm not going to stop this topic. Come on, tell me. I need DAG. 0 colon
0 colon
14
14 colon
14
0
3,
colon
sir.
8 colon 3. 0 colon 8 colon 3.
14 3. That's it.
Wrong answer
0
again.
colon 8 colon 3.
Wrong answer again. Who said this 0 14 3? Can you explain me why it is 14?
Zero colon 7 colon
0 colon 13 colon 3.
0 colon 8 colon 3.
See, again I'm repeating. Please
6.
think before you answer. Please think before you answer. Data engineering, DATAENG, engineering. Okay, this is what I have the word. I have the
0
word.
7 3.
If I go and write a box for this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, this is 15. But ideally speaking, what is happening? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What I need? I need DAG. I need D, A, G. Why are you reading all this? Why are you giving 14? So the answer should be start with 0 and you end at this position. So if you end at this position means 6 plus 1, 7 also you can give. So 7 you give
0
and
7
then you
3.
jump by
3. Third person.
3 steps.
Steps.
This is what is
0
the
colon
answer.
7.
Okay, this is what is the answer. Now if I give 7, you will get it. Now if I give 6, right? What will happen?
It will not consider
You won't
G.
get 6.
G will go. G
Actually,
will go for
DA will
those.
come.
DA will come.
Exclude G.
Which is correct? 7 or 6?
7.
7. 0 colon 7 colon.
Okay. So finally, I got a wrong answer after explaining for 30 minutes. So should I go for another example?
Okay, Santhosh.
Santhosh,
Yes.
why we are taking the last one place? Space, sorry.
Last one?
15 you space 15 you
I mean,
consider.
it's an extra. I just added it. I mean, it's a memory location, right? Many will be there. How much I'm utilizing is what matters.
Okay.
So it's a memory location, right? A lot of memory will be there. How much you're utilizing? That is what I'm doing it. It's not an empty space here.
Got it. Thanks.
Are we good? Okay. Again, I'm doing it because you people told me wrong answer. So again, I'm doing it. Okay. E equal to Python. Again, I'm saying if you say wrong answer, I'm not going to stop this topic. The requirement is, come on.
E colon
0 to 5.
0 to
0 to 5 colon 4.
colon 4.
Finally, I got a unique answer. So who can explain me why it is 0 to 5 to 4? Who can explain me this?
I'll explain, Santhosh.
Yes.
Like the indexing start from 0. The last letter N is like N. Sorry, fifth position. So we have taken like up to fifth positions. The reason is we need the answer for P to O. So that's the reason we are taking fifth position. So 0 to 4 and the index like the fourth position it will be jump. So that's the reason we are taking like 0 colon 5 colon 4.
Okay, very good. Very good. I'll still give another try to explain this. I want P Python. Okay, I want Python. So in the Python, let's observe that this is a box I'll prepare. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the indexing will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I need, I want P, I want O. So start position will be 0. End position is 4. Okay, if I put 4 here and then I have to jump by 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a 4 steps. 4 steps. If I do this, I will miss out the fourth element. That is nothing but this O I will miss out. So if I want to include that, always, if I want to include that element, you should always give +1. So it should be 5. So the right answer is 0, 5, 4. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now finally, we are done with the indexing. Okay, we are done with indexing. There are few things which you need to remember. Okay, so there are few things which you need to remember. Let's see what is that. What is that? Okay, so if you want to access any character, you should always access with this. This is called indexing. And I will also write another point. So to access, it will be syntax will be from to step. Okay, and please do remember that step is optional. You can use it or you can leave it. The default step is 1. Okay, next. And let's observe a few more things. Okay, let's observe the few more things. For example, I'll try to give F equal to data engineering. Data engineering. Okay, this is F equal to data engineering. Now I'll give F. I need to give start and end position, right? So this is going to be start, this is going to be colon, this is going to be end. So this is going to be start, this is going to be end. Okay, by chance I don't know what to give. I don't know what to give start and I don't know what to give end. Okay, I need the characters, but I don't know what to give start and end. In case if I do this, I will be getting the complete word. So I'll be getting the complete word. So in that case, I can write my third point here. If I'm writing colon,
0 to -1.
so that means yeah, I'm not entering anything. Here I'm not entering anything. That means it will give you entire string because I don't know what to give. So in case if they ask any multiple choice question, nowadays they're doing it. Okay, during your interviews, the first round they usually they're giving some test. It could be SQL test and it could be Python test. Okay, so what they're asking is they're giving this as an input. Okay, and they're asking to choose the options. So let's see what is the option. Option A, F. Option B, F of 0, 15. Option C, option 4. They're asking this nowadays. This is one question which I was able to see. I need data engineering. This is the input, this is output. So they're giving me 4 options. What is the right answer?
C.
C.
And B.
No, all of the above.
Yeah, all the above. First is also printing the same, so all the above.
It is all the above. It is all the above. The reason is if you go and give here F also, if you give entire string you'll get, and 0 to 15 means what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 plus 1, 15 also will give you the same thing. Okay, and if I don't write anything also, it's going to give the same thing. So the answer is all the above. Be careful. Every answer is going to be like a 1 mark for you. Don't leave it. Try it so that you will get to know what is what. So if I want to access the complete string, I will be going with this one. Okay, now another thing is there. Let's see what is that. Okay, listen carefully. A equal to KSR data vision. Okay, data vision. Now very important, A of, I need to give the start position and end position. I need to give the start position and end position. I will give start position to be D. D means what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So should be 4. 4. And I need till N. I need till N. So 4 means 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it should not be 11. It should be 11 plus 1, 12. Right? So if I do this, I'll get data vision. But you cannot keep on counting, right? You cannot keep on counting. For now, it's fine. It is just a 12 character. You need not worry too much. You can simply count. I start from this, I'll end from this. Okay. But if someone is saying KSR is the best institute, they teach all data-driven technologies. Now, what I'll do? In that case, what I'll do? I will not be able to count it. Right? Here it's 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Who will count? I'll simply go and not write anything.
-1.
I'll not write anything. So if I don't write anything, what will happen? I will get till the end. Because I know, right? If I don't give anything, it is considered to be in the end. So start position is data vision and end position is everything. Let's say I want to start from the best. So that means rather than starting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'll start from 16, but I don't know the end position. I really don't know the end position. I'll simply go and execute this. So it will give from start to end. Now this is a third case you have to remember. Okay. So let's go back and rewrite that again. Let's go back and rewrite it again. So if it is from nothing, that means it will be characters with start from first position, and will go till the end. Is it clear?
Yes.
Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, these are all the indexing. These are all the indexing. Okay. Now, there's one thing which you need to remember. When I say A is actually a string, right? A equal to, let's say I'll give Santhosh. Let's say I'll give A equal to Santhosh. Now, type of A, if you see, right, it's actually a string. And the beauty of Python, okay, the beauty of Python, it lies in the function that it has. Now, I was able to slice it. I was able to index it, all good. But the few things which I really wanted to appreciate Python developers is if I simply write A, if I write dot, and if I press the tab, I will get all the functions they've already defined for the string. The A is a string now. For all this, I will simply go and get the results. Now, if I go and write A dot capitalize, since it's a capital is a function, if I write a open bracket and close bracket, I'll be getting capital. So my actual word is A. So A is what? If I simply go and print only A, it's actually coming the small letter. But if I write a capital, its first letter is capital. Now, similarly, if I go and write upper, so I will be getting upper. So like this, your string has lot of built-in functions. The string is having lot of built-in functions. One we have tried with capitalize. Capitalize means the first letter is capitalized. And the second one, I have a upper function. Upper function will actually get you the upper. Now, if I go and write, there is something called case fold. Okay, there's something called case fold. What is case fold? Camel case, case fold. What is that?
So naming convention.
Your word is upper.
What do you mean by case fold? Let's see an example. Let's try it again. Let me give P equal to Python best. Case fold. Not changing. Okay, this is the actual word. If I give case fold, what is happening?
It's converting.
It's getting in the lower case.
Starting letter of the uppercase converting to lowercase.
Okay, if I give b dot, okay, let me do one thing. Let's give small letters and see. Python best. Okay, now let's see. It's actually converting into lower only, but if I give P and B, it's giving small. But if I do capitalize, I give capitalize. So can you tell me what is the difference between case fold and capitalize?
Case fold will convert all the letters in lower
Capitalize only first letter of the character.
First letter will be converted to
It will
capital.
take first letter capital. Case fold, it will each word first letter.
Yeah. So basically capitalize is taking only the first letter because Python best is there. It's actually giving the Python P is maintained capitalized, but if you see best, that has been changed to small letter. But if you take a case fold, every fold it is converting from capital to small. Okay. So, and also let's double check it. While both function converts from string to lowercase, case fold offers by removing the case based marks across a broad range of Unicode. I think. Okay, it says that case fold method is advanced version of lower method. It converts the uppercase to lowercase. Okay, for each words. So that's the meaning. So that's the meaning. Okay, if you take lower, it will convert for everything. But if in case if it is a 2 words, right? For this particular words, it will convert the only this P and B will be converted. Okay, so that is all about case. You will have lot of functions here. You'll have lot of functions. Okay, now let's check. Let's check one more. F equal to KSR. Now, if I see F dot, if I convert to lower, where is lower? This is lower. If I convert to lower, it will give you the lower letters. Okay, but there is another function called is lower. Is lower. That means it will tell you whether it's a lower or not. Whether this is a lower or not. Now, in that case, it will give you either true or false. So lower and is lower, try to understand. Lower will convert it to lower, but is lower means you're putting a question mark. Is it a lower? It's not a lower because I've given in the capital. I've given the capital, so it's not a lower. But if I give is upper, it will become true because what I've given is a upper. So it's like a one will be converting lower and one will actually tell you is it lower or is it upper? True or false it will give you. Okay, so that is nothing but one more. Now let's take one more example. R equal to data vision. R equal to data vision. Now if I go and write R dot, if I go and write R dot, so I will say is digit, is digit. If I go and write is digit, is it a digit? Is it a digit? Definitely no. So if I put is digit, it is going to give a false. It's not a digit. But if I write like this, is digit will give you true. So basically there are some conditions where you can check is alpha, wherever is there, right? All this will give you a binary output, true or false. It will give you either true or false. Now, another thing which you need to understand here is if you go and write this R dot is space, is title, is upper, everything, you will be able to get this information. Okay, now let me tell you one thing. I have a word called KSR Data Vision. Okay, I'll have a KSR Data Vision. Now, if I write is it digit? No, definitely it's not there. But I have a function called count. I have a function called, see, even I don't know Python. Observe carefully. Even I don't know Python. So I will go and run this. Now it's failing. So capital was working, upper was working, case fold was working, everything was working. But one, I write count, it's failing actually. Why it is failing? Because it is actually taking some argument. I didn't know this. Who will remember all this? There are millions of functions that is present in Python. Who will remember this? We cannot write, but we will see the error. The error says count takes at least one argument. That means from the R, you're actually trying to count something. What is that something? Let me go and give count K. You'll give one. You'll get one. If I count yes, you'll get one. You count R, you'll get one. You count A, you'll get two. Why two? There are two A's. There are two A's. Now, if I count A, how many A's are there? That many A's it will count. So count is actually looking for an element. How many times it has to be counted. Now, no one can remember this, but we always understand English. We know that what is a problem. If I don't write anything, it is actually not working and it is looking for one argument. 0 was given. I have not given any argument. So it is always required to go and give what you want to count. That will give you the results. So don't try to remember it. Only one thing which I would like to tell you based on my experiences, don't by heart your coding. Don't try to by heart what is this function. Try it. You will always learn from your mistakes only. Trial and error. Try it, error. Try it, error. Let's see what is count is working. Okay, count is looking for some number. That is argument. Give any character and check. That is how it is. Are we good?
Santhosh, after clicking dot, we need to press anything in the
We have to
keyboard.
press tab.
Tab. Okay.
It's in a Jupyter notebook. You just press tab. So R dot on the laptop, just press tab. So you'll be getting all the function that supports for this.
Sure. Thank you.
See, for example, now D equal to some number I'll give. Okay. Now type of D I'll give. It's actually an integer. Now if I press D dot tab, I will get different functions. Now these are the only functions that is applicable for number. But if it was a string, it used to give a lot of functions. So Python will decide what are the functions I can use it on top of that data type. If I give integer, for integer, maximum I can use 2 bytes real numerator, this only. But if I have a string R, for R, if I give, there are a lot of functions I can use it. So it's all because of the data type. If it is a string, you can have a lot of functions. If it is an integer, it can have a lot of functions. So it depends. It depends. Depending on the type, it will assign the functions for you. And what is your work? You need not go and develop this one. Your work is just to go and see what are the functions available and start using it. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Yes, Santhosh. In a string, first, if we step by, suppose we have to step first by 1, and another time we have to step by 2. How we can do that in single?
Sorry, what you want to?
First, I have to step by 2, and for another,
if you
I have
start
to step
with the
by.
step 1, you have to continue with that. First word I will jump with 2 characters, and the second word I'll jump with 2 characters. It's not straightforward. You have to do a lot of that work. But by default, if you're giving 1, you have to jump by only 1 step. If you're giving 2, you have to jump by 2 steps. For 1 word, I'll jump 2. For other words, I'll do straightforward. It is not available.
Okay.
Sir, in case if you want to know the length of the string, do you have any option for that?
Length of?
For example, data engineering we have given, right? String. So I want to know the length of that word.
You can see if there is any function.
Actually, I checked it, but I didn't find anything.
Base digit is also fine.
What happens if you use count, Santhosh? Count of a string?
Count, I'll expect some.
It's len of r.
So here we are using count, right? So see, the one which I can use here is, for example, let's say that A is Santhosh is there, right? So in this case, I cannot use A dot anything like, because I'll have only this many functions. But instead of that, I can try this.
Yeah.
So this is general function. It's not comes under a string here. Even if you write any number also, it will work.
Okay.
So it's
Thank you.
basically a length. So length will give you count, but not based on the string or integer. It will give you the total length.
Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
What you write after that R, so for example, R is the string, right? R dot, and if I write F dot, that will give you the functions for that particular variable. But this is general. We can use it for anything. Okay, so this covers a string data type, and we will move on to the next one. We will continue tomorrow. All these are like normal integer float. You can just give any number and you can just press dot and you can just press tab. You will get all the functions and you can use it. Okay, but more than this, what is really important for is the advanced data types, and this is what we are going to cover, which is going to be list, tuple, dictionary. Very important. Okay, so very important. So we will cover this in the next class. We'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.